Okay.
I was exhausted. I I was ready for the level up, and I knew that
Mhm.
I'm the type of person I get stagnant if I'm doing
Mhm.
something real well, real long. I'm like, okay, what
Yeah,
are
me
we
too.
doing
Yep.
now? I'm bored, and that's where I was. And she had told me, she was like, well, Shan, like, what I really need from you is to dress and act the part of the position you want. And I was
Ooh.
like, at first, I was like, wait, what? And then when I stewed on it for a minute, I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then I ran with it. And that wasn't me, me showing up in Gucci or doing whatever and like balling
Mhm.
out, like being cocky. No, it was having the confidence in myself and being present with what I really wanted to obtain. And I could do it. I just needed to not
Yeah.
fall. And that
Well,
is stuck with me forever.
and the thing about that is like I think it's important. We talked about readiness earlier in this episode, but it's important to embody that and understand you may not get that with that organization, but
Hmm.
those same skills apply within other organizations. So don't throw out the
Absolutely.
learning lessons and don't throw out the confidence with it. So this is one thing that happened. So when I was deployed, like I was a lieutenant, and like I knew per the state I was pending for promotion to captain. But like I was, it just gets you down because you've seen them numbers, and I'm deployed
Hmm.
and it's tax free, and I'm like, it's a big bag. It's a big
Yes.
bag. I was trying to get that
Mhm.
debt off my shoulders, and so I'm like, man, I don't. I was frustrated.
Mhm.
And then it was like, then one of my sergeants came up to me. He's been in 20 years. I've only been in 12. And he was like, sir, your problem is you're thinking like a square. And he was a brother, you know what I'm saying? And he was
Mhm.
like, I need you to be thinking like a major.
It's the
Because if you're
truth.
thinking of like a major, now it's a level that you can level up to, and you're looking at the board for what it is.
Yep.
Right. And
Mhm.
once I got promoted to captain, I was kind of acting like a square because you know how like sometimes you forget who you are because you work so hard to get there and it just happened not when you
Mhm.
wanted it to happen, but when
Yep.
it was supposed to happen.
Yep.
Right. So it's like by the time
100%.
you get it, it sounds arrogant, but you got
You're
your
like,
sights
"Wow,
set on
about
different things.
time."
You
Like,
know what I'm
type thing.
saying?
Yeah. I get you. You're and sometimes in our own when we're good at being leaders and we're trying to level up, we're like, "I've been doing this forever. So now that you just
Mhm.
gave it to me, I told you I could do this." Like, we kinda get that
Well,
kind of feel too, like, "I've been waiting for this. I
it's
thought this was
weird.
what I was planning the whole time." Like, thought we
You
were
know,
on the
well,
same page.
and the system was totally different because as soon as I saw the papers launch and say I got promoted to captain, guess what I did? Slap that bad boy on, like I'm good, like we
Yep.
straight. You know what I'm
Boom.
saying? Like,
Nailed it.
but it was COVID, so I didn't know there was gonna be a ceremony or nothing. But we had the little colonel came out, did his thing, it was cool. But it's like it's beautiful that you talked about the tool belt because even now to this day, like I showed up at the higher echelon, just a higher unit higher than us, and they were like, "Oh, when are you pinning major?"
Mhm.
And I was like, because I had spoke up and I had said some things and I had addressed some things and some errors and stuff, not being arrogant. It's just because I want to see the team succeed. I think a lot of people take me the
Absolutely.
wrong way, but I genuinely want to see everybody succeed. So I was pointing out little stuff on the PowerPoint, like, because I had briefed higher up people, like I had briefed colonels, I had briefed lieutenant colonels, I had briefed generals. So I'm like, this is what they need to know because they see the operation from a totally different standpoint. So I'm
Absolutely.
like, if that's unclear to the private first class, to the
It's gonna
E1 that
trickle
just
down the
joined the
line and
army,
there's gonna be confusion.
and guess what? During confusion, chaos ensues. And
Mhm.
this one thing, one thing that they talk about, and I try to stress to my troops is when chaos ensues, you do not rise to the occasion. You fall
No.
back to your to your highest level of training.
Yep.
You don't
100%.
become Superman during that time.
No, you don't
It
feed the
either clicks for
fire.
you.
Like